Did you know that microphone techniques can elevate your singing from amateur to professional? Developing microphone techniques is crucial if you want to sound great, because otherwise it could ruin your whole practice. If you have been practicing for an event or even a karaoke night, it could ruin your whole practice just because you are not using the microphone in the correct way. This is a common issue that singers face, and it could be easily avoided with just a few tips. By the way, my name is Jorgelina. I'm a vocal coach, and I specialize on training people how to sing the functional and healthy way without sacrificing the fun stuff. So the first thing I'm going to say is that if you are a singer, get a microphone. Because you're going to need it a lot of times, and because you have to practice with one. Now, this is one of the main problems, is that people, maybe you were invited to sing somewhere, or you want to go sing a song in an open mic, and at home you practice without the mic. And then you go and then you sing with a mic first time without practicing with it. So I urge you to get a microphone. Like, as singers, we don't have to buy a lot of equipment, like maybe a PA if you are at that stage, but we are not guitar players like other musicians that have to buy a lot of gear. Get a microphone. There are a lot of microphones, but a very standard one for dynamic microphone for the stage is a Shure SM58, quite budget friendly as well. Anyway, get one, not only to practice at home, but also because sometimes you go to sing in places and they have a very awful microphone. It happened to me last year. Anyway, so I was singing in a cultural event in a library, and I asked them, do I need to bring my own mic? They told me, no, we have equipment. And they had the most horrible microphone that was not made for singing. It was a microphone for speaking. The most terrible sound you could imagine. They didn't have a proper PA. It just ruined the whole thing. I was really upset and annoyed. I was like, I should have brought my microphone just in case. Anyway, so those are two reasons. And by the way, you don't have to practice all the time with a microphone. And that is why in my studio I have it a little bit away, because otherwise students want to sing even the vocalizations with the microphone. No, microphone is repertoire technique. Repertoire techniques, not vocal techniques. We practice the vocal technique, that's how we train the instrument. Then we practice microphone techniques when we are focused on song work or repertoire work or stage craft, but this is a kind of another subject. So you have, when you study singing, you have a lot of different subjects, such as when you study guitar, you have technical exercises, and then you have song work. Well, this is the same. We don't mix them up. We do, of course, when you sing live and stuff, but we need to separate those things and dedicate time to each one of them. If you're still learning a song and you go directly to the mic, that is gonna really affect your technique, and it's gonna slow down your progress. So we practice with the mic when we are practicing for the show. Let's say that you have learned all your repertoire already, you know the songs back to front, you know the lyrics, you know the technique, everything, what to do and when. That's when you sing as if you were singing it live. You practice with the microphone as if there was an audience there. That's it. Let's dive into the techniques. All right, let's dive into the techniques themselves. When you go sing, take your time to find the correct mic position. So with the stand, a common mistake that people make is this. Not sure if you can see it, hopefully there. Not good. So you want to have it around halfway. Yes, there you go. Yeah, first thing there. And then you want to have it in a way that the thing points to you. This kind of mic, they capture the sound from here. So this is a very common mistake that I see, people that grab the mic with the hands, which of course you can do. You're not going to always have a mic stand. If you don't have a mic stand, this. A lot of people do this. I have even seen them doing this. You're not going to get any sound. And this is why it's so important to practice beforehand. You go sing and you have a mic right like the first time. You're not going to know how to use it. You're not prepared for that. You're not going to be doing a good performance that you are proud of. Even if you're doing a simple song in a friendly environment, maybe for your friends or something, and you're using a mic, you still want to feel good about what you did. you still want to watch the video afterwards. All right, so anyway, that's the first thing. The thing points to you. This doesn't come naturally. So make sure that you do practice this. So whatever you are singing, the mic follows you. This is, of course, if you are not holding it and if you don't have a stand. If you have a stand, make sure that you have it in a way that, so maybe you can move it like this. There are different kinds of stands, but you want to have it in a way that it points to you directly and that you don't have to be adjusting to the mic. Right? If you had it here, I would have to be like this. Not good. So place it in a way in which you have to do the least amount of modifications in your body to get to the mic, because that will ruin your technique and the whole things that you have been preparing. And when you sing, you're going to be singing with a different instrument that is set up in a different way, and it's going to make your singing much harder. When you go sing a song live, you are supposed to know what you are doing. You don't want to be improvising your instrument, unless you're improvising, of course, but you don't want to be improvising with your technique. You want to know what you're doing so you can focus on what is important when you're performing, actually telling a story. You don't want to be thinking about the technique. So this is a way that you are going to be helping the situation. That's the first thing. Now let's talk about some more specific techniques when you are singing, maybe with different dynamics. Now there are different opinions on how far the microphone has to be from you. I've heard people saying it has to be stuck like this. You have to put, I don't agree with that for many reasons. Number one, it doesn't sound that good. It gets a lot of like kind of things, and also is not very hygienic unless you have your own mic. That is something to consider. You don't want to be singing like that to, right after someone else uses a mic. Common sense. All right, so some people say maybe 10 centimeters, some people say maybe 20 centimeters. I'm more friends with about 10 centimeters when you are singing something at, let's say, normal volume. But a lot of times you're going to be singing songs with different dynamics. Most of the times, hopefully, you're going to be switching the dynamics to make the song more interesting. In some genres, such as maybe folk, you are not going to be doing that much, but if you sing rock or pop, you will. And as well as many other genres, basically. When you are going to be singing louder, you put the mic away. When you'll be singing softer, you get it closer. I will never put it too close. I feel that it drops a lot of sound. But that's the main thing. If you're going to be belting something, don't keep the microphone at the same distance. It sounds really bad. You belt, they get away from you. But don't take you away from the mic. So not this. You want to keep your instrument free. Very important. Finally, very important thing is also, how do you hold the mic? I know that a lot of people hold the mic like this. It's not bad, but it will affect the sound a little bit. I wouldn't do it, but also it has some other effects in the way you're grabbing it. Usually it's quite tight, so it's going to have an effect on your vocal tract like everything else. So ideally, you want to be holding it firmly, but not super tight. You don't want to be doing weights when you are singing. It will affect your neck. In a subtle way, but it will, and singing is going to be a little bit harder. So remember, we want to make singing as easier as we can. Firmly, not over tight, and especially not floppy. You don't want to get floppy. It might fall, first of all, but also your voice is going to be bleh, and we also don't want that. We need certain tones for singing. This is, of course, if you are holding the mic with a hand. If you are here, you can move it away from you as well. It's a little bit harder. So I will usually use a stand when I am performing with my guitar. Of course, you need it. But if I am singing by myself, if possible, I will get the mic. It's just much easier. Some people will sing with this, with the mic stand, anyway, because it kind of feels a little bit safer to have something like in front of you. You feel a little bit more covered. So have it on mind. Because if it makes you feel safer and sing better because you are feeling safer and having a better experience, go for it, at least at the beginning. You don't have to start by being a confident performer. You build confidence through performing. So something to have on mind. So if you have been pulling away from it because you don't feel confident yet, do it anyway, because you're not going to feel confident. until you start doing it, all right? Another thing that I wanted to mention is that, of course, I don't have my speakers here, they are over there. When you are in a performing situation, do test sound if possible. You are not always going to be able to do that, but if possible, do. Make sure that this thing is not pointing to monitors and speakers, because it can have some unwanted frequencies, really unwanted frequencies. So that's something to consider and something to try as well with the different setups. Live sound is not my specialty, but that has been my experience performing. It's really annoying when you are singing and it's going well, and then you hear a sound and everybody has to stop, and yes, kind of kills the mood. I'm gonna say it like that. Anyway, one more thing I wanted to add. When you sing songs, ideally you memorize the songs. Please do this. So if you are singing a song that you have prepared for a show or for an open mic or for whatever, memorize your lyrics. Unless, of course, you're doing karaoke, that's different. But if you are preparing a song, learn your stuff. But there are some instances in which you're gonna be reading lyrics. For example, when you have to prepare a show with very short notice and you have to learn a lot of songs, or when you go to an open mic or a jam and randomly people is like, oh, can you sing this? Can you sing that? And so you would put your iPad or something. Of course, you're not required to memorize a song in 1 second. So if that's the case, very common mistake that people make is to put the stand right in front. People can't see you. Now, of course, I'm all in for feeling safer, but that's too much. So you see, want people to be able to see you. Otherwise, if that's too much, just take a little break from performing. Maybe try with a few friends first, but that's too much. So you have the lyrics, make sure that people can see you and that you can see the lyrics without modifying too much your posture, because you are singing la 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 la. You look at the lyrics, it goes away from there. So you want to place yourself in a way in which the audience can see you. You can see your audience, you can share with the audience, but also you can see your lyrics clearly. And I don't know, it's not turned on, but all right, it's just I'm feeling like a singer right now. Finally, one more thing that I wanted to add is that, let's say that you add a little, and this is not a microphone technique, but I see it maybe in my beginner students when they start performing and we do a showcase or something like that. They just look at the lyrics the whole time. And I know that they do it because they are a little bit shy about the people. But I've been singing for a whole year or something like that. And you have practiced your performance. You have practiced in front of people. Yes, it might feel a little bit, it's new. You have people looking at you. But still, now and then, make contact. Don't just stare at your lyrics. And when you are singing for other people, this is a shared experience. You are giving something. You really want to connect. People really want to see you looking at them. Yes, so you don't have to be staring at anyone in particular. And there are other techniques for that, which I'm not going to go into that today, maybe in another video. But for now, just tuk. You don't have to stare. You want them to know that you care about them. So, very important. All right, so those are my microphone techniques for beginners. I think everybody should practice them. So I hope some of this was useful. If you have any other techniques that you want to share, let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions as well. If you like this video, subscribe to this channel. That would make me very happy. And I'll see you next video.